Those who suffer from the range of seizure disorders known as epilepsy carry a frightening and confusing burden. Their seizures can be life-threatening, and they live with the uncertainty of when the next seizure will occur. We start our discussion with two people who generously are sharing their personal experience with epilepsy in order to promote a greater understanding. I'd like to introduce Alan and Lakeisha. Good morning to both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for being here. Alan, I want to start with you. I was reading here you have lived with epilepsy your entire life. Tell me your story.
My first seizure started when I was 8 years old.
Wow.
But I wasn't officially diagnosed until I was 13. Not much known about epilepsy back then. But once I was diagnosed, we had a little family meeting to decide, do I press on with life or do I cut back on life? And that pressing on meant stay with basketball, stay with baseball. Now, were there seizures included in those games? Every time.
But you did not let it affect you or stop you from doing what you loved.
You had to keep doing that.
Lakeisha, let me ask you something. I know your seizures came a little bit later in life, and they occurred pretty suddenly. Tell me what happened.
Well, my seizure started in my 20s. I was a single mom of a 5-year-old, and I was getting ready to go to work one day, and my daughter decided she wanted something to eat before I dropped her off, and off we went to the store. I came back home, getting ready to go to work, and I woke up 6 hours later for work. I just assumed I was late for work. And unfortunately, came downstairs, the door was still ajar, and the meat was still at the front door.
And your daughter?
My daughter was afraid to come near me.
Really?
Yes.
So she probably witnessed something that you don't even know happened.
She did. She actually called it the monster game.
Oh my goodness gracious. And then did you have another one after that?
I did. 2 years later, while driving on the expressway, I veered across 3 lanes of traffic and crashed my car, and it left me in a wheelchair for a couple of years. But then I was finally diagnosed with epilepsy.
And your road to recovery is such a positive one. You, Alan, I believe, are helping other children and adults and mentoring?
Yes, every time I get a chance to talk to children and their families, or really anyone for that matter, I take that opportunity. And I try to really stress on 3 points. How to keep better records so that you can sit down with your doctor and make decisions about is it working or not.
Good point.
How to play by the rules. If the doctor says do this and this and this, then you must comply. And then how to stay focused, because there are many new treatments coming. Yours may be the one right around the corner. And I mean, look at me, I had seizures for 60 years and I just retired from a great job, and I haven't had a seizure now for almost 3 years.
Amen. That is wonderful. And you, Lakeisha, you're also a life coach?
Yes, I am. I life coach people who still want to find their purpose despite life's challenges. That's what I do. I help people who have possibly even epilepsy, and they want to find their life's purpose, because we know things happen in life.
Thank you so much, both of you, for what you're doing, for mentoring others, and for spreading the word on epilepsy. I do appreciate your time. And when we come back, we're going to take a quick break, because we're going to speak with 2 more guests who will tell us about the progress being made. Obviously, there's great progress. I have 2 examples here. The progress in research and support for those living with epilepsy. Stay right there. We're talking about epilepsy. Welcome back, everyone. And joining us now to discuss advances in understanding, research, and support for those who suffer with this debilitating condition are Susan Axelrod. Susan is founding chair of CURE, Citizens United for Research in Epilepsy, and Jeff Wren, executive vice president neurology, head of the Neurology Patient Value Unit at UCB. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Earlier, we heard from Lakeisha and Alan, powerful stories from 2 people suffering from epilepsy, yet doing something so great with their lives today. Susan, you're doing something amazing too. You founded a foundation. How did it come about?
My work came about in epilepsy when my daughter was 7 months old, and I found her blue and limp in her crib one morning. I put to bed a normal, healthy, happy baby, and I thought she had died.
Oh my gosh.
I picked her up and took her to the emergency room, where they identified what was going on as seizures, and she had repeated seizures. So the first time she was in the hospital for a month, and I brought her home having 6 seizures a day. Subsequently, for the next 18 years, she continued to have sometimes as many as 25 seizures a day. We went through 20 different drugs. We went through brain surgery.
I can't
brain
imagine
stimulation.
what it did to you.
Yeah,
And her, for that matter.
Yes, well, it's motivated what I do with my life now.
And let's talk about that. You founded Cure, and obviously because of what you experienced with your daughter, you're doing something so great. What exactly is it?
So I met a few other moms who were in similar situations with their daughters, and we started looking and found that there was a real void in the advocacy community. There was really nobody out there screaming for more research. There was nobody out there advocating for the 30% of the population with epilepsy who do not enjoy seizure control. So we set about to really change that paradigm.
And Jeff, let me bring you in. Let's talk about that research. I was reading here that UCB is a leader in research and development of treatments for epilepsy, and when it comes with patients and caregivers to improve their lives. That's really important. You guys have really taken on the role.
Yes, we are leaders in epilepsy research, and we're very proud and quite humbled to work with patients and stakeholders because they're involved in the process with us. And our goal at UCB is pretty simple. It's bringing together the best in the industry, making sure that we're collaborating and doing what we need to do to ensure that we can get the right product to the right patient at the right time, because that is what is critical for our patients.
And what strategies are you taking on to combat this disease?
It's a multifaceted approach. It really begins with patient insights. There's no way that we can develop innovative medications in a silo, so we need patient insights. And from patient-inspired science, we're able to connect with academic institutions, governments. We want to get the biggest, best, and brightest, and collectively look at what is available to enhance our research. And I think we'll continue to see the advancements in epilepsy as we sort of come about it from this type of protocol.
So the big picture here is medical and non-medical as well.
Yeah, you can develop the most innovative medicines in the world, but if they don't reach patients, no good comes from that. And so the patient journey is complex, and what we need to do is assist the patients along that journey. We partner with patient education or patient groups, and we've developed one of the largest online epilepsy communities in the world so they can share information, engage, and that's called Epilepsy Advocate, right? We work with seizure response dogs through an organization up in Georgia where they train dogs to help patients walk through daily life and actually many times forewarn of seizures. So these type of initiatives we're very proud to be involved in as well, because it's more than just a product that's critical, but it wraps solutions around the product to improve the standard of care.
And creating awareness, Susan, you've taken it on to do that. God bless you for that, but more needs to be done.
Much more needs to be done. We still have this 30% of patients who are not responding to current treatments. And, you know, as Jeff said, we really want to be able to tailor these treatments to the patient at the right time so that other patients, like my daughter, don't have to wait 18 years to get the right treatment.
And Jeff, for our viewers out there who'd like more information, where can they go? Is there a website?
There are a couple on ucb.com as well as epilepsyadvocate.com.
Thank you so much for the information and what you're doing to create that awareness and find that right treatment at the right time. I can't leave without asking, how is your daughter today?
Lauren is doing really well. She is 34, has been seizure-free for 15 years now on a new medication. So we're very grateful.
You have done. God bless you. Thank you so much, Susan. And for more information, again, it's ucb.com or epilepsyadvocate.com, or go to our website, thebalancingAct.com.